Hi, I'm Zaki and I bought this lovely little specimen for almost free. Depending on where you're from, this is either a first or second generation Yaris, or perhaps even a Vitz. It's a 2010 model with only 127,000 kilometers on the odometer and powered by a tiny Daihatsu Source 3-cylinder with a working displacement of your average sized water bottle. But unfortunately, it has one problem.
There's just a slight dent in the side.
Well, of course. Did you forget what channel you're on? It had a rather unpleasant encounter with a railing, and of course it was pronounced totaled by the insurance company. The natural progression for this car would be to get parted out and scrapped. Or I guess both. But I wasn't gonna let that happen, as where normies see a trashed Econobox, I see a mighty steed which will serve me for many years to come if I help it recover from these injuries. So let's see what I have got myself into.
The wheel looks pretty bad, but nor the suspension nor the chassis look to be damaged. It's hard to say with all the bent panels in the way, but when we get those off, then we'll see how bad it actually is. There Paul is already working on this Yaris. A bunch of self-tappers through these. Look at this masterpiece. This was hit before. Here's a little sign, this bumper has been already painted before. There was some fuckery afoot with this bumper and this car. There you go. Ooh, is there any Yaris cake? A little bit. It's not exactly a Yaris cake, but it's a Yaris cookie. And yeah, no rust in here. Lovely. Thank you, Toyota. Doesn't feel like there's any play in the suspension. Nothing looks bent. I don't think it's bent. We'll put another wheel on and we'll go for a drive, and I think if it tracks straight, I think that should be a good indication that it should be fine. Before we start tearing all this apart, I just want to test if this light and these washers and this blinker, if all of that still works, because if it works, that means there hasn't been a wire cut anywhere in here, which is super good, and it's what we're hoping. Hey. Not quite so lucky. There is a leak somewhere. Ah, yes. That is unfortunate. We got our first righty-tighty, righty-loosey. Neither here in the chassis leg or here around the shock pillar. Everything looks good. Yeah, it's fine. There is no damage. The car tracks straight.
That was some great news, as it means fixing this car might actually be economically viable. But for now, I want to give it a nice wash so that I'm not working with dirty panels. There was a lot of moss and mold on the car, which indicates that it wasn't really looked after particularly well by the previous owner. Now that the car is at least a little bit cleaner, I can remove the last of the bad panels, the door. And then I can lay everything down and take a little inventory of what exactly needs to be replaced. The door was pretty clobbered, and it would be easier to get a used spare one than to fix this one, so that is what I did. It was quite hard to find because all of the Yarises here are pretty much running to the ground, and because they are Toyotas, the only ones you'll see at the junkyards are crashed ones. But I did manage to find one, even though it came with a nice and proper ding. I also got the fender and some other plastics. But unfortunately, the car there was a pre-facelift model, which meant it had a little bit of a different bumper, so even though my bumper was in a pretty sorry state, I wanted to attempt to fix it. I installed a new door, trying to get it to fit with the least adjustments as possible, with limited success.
Sometimes shit. Yeah.
And since I wanted for this car to turn out as good as possible, I didn't want to be the one painting it. So I took it to a local paint shop to ask whether they do it and if it was okay for me to do most of the prep work.
I took the Yaris to the painter to check the situation and ask them if they're gonna be able to fix it. They said it's no problem, they can fix this and paint all this, that's not gonna be a problem. And luckily they also said that if there's anything I can do, they're okay with me doing it. There's gonna be less work for them, which means they're gonna charge me less. So what I've decided to do is fix up this front bumper, weld all these holes, use some plastic filler on it and then spray filler. The same is gonna go for the fender. The fender won't need that much work. Also, I'll do the rear bumper because on close inspection there are scratches here and here. Also, looking at it more carefully, you can see here it was broken and they tried to fix it with these clamps, but they didn't do a good job, like per usual. And you can see the paint that I applied is peeling off. Because if we're doing all of this, might as well do everything. Also, they pointed out one thing. This needs to be sanded and checked if there's holes here. And if there are holes here, it needs to be welded. Otherwise, you just have to stop the spread of this rust. Next thing on the menu is bend these two mounts back into place, like it's on that side. Welp, the season changed on me. This side is getting kind of close, but to know how close I actually am, I'm gonna take apart this side as well, just to see how the mounts are, so I can make it as close as possible. There we go. So this is our reference now. That lines up with the bolt for the hood support mount thing, and this one, that also looks like to be in the correct spot. One thing though, this little guy, and this is how it's like on this side. If I just lean on it, will that be enough? I think that's perfect. I'm gonna try to fix this kink in here and try to just rotate it, but I think this is pretty much okay. Oh yeah. Now we're cooking with fire. Let's test fit the fender. Ooh, baby. I think that's how it's supposed to be. This is gonna be like this when it's level, right? When it's all leveled out. I think that's it. Oh yeah, that's lovely. Let's see what happened, what we did. Ooh, maybe it's still not perfect, but it's pretty good. The holes are a little oversized, so you can still fine-tune it a little bit. So, but I think for the most part, that's it. Now, I'm gonna put this plastic in here. This is the support for the bumper. Now for the bumper. This is as much as we can do right about now, because the hood is still bent. When that's fixed and we get the lights, we can fine-tune everything. But I think we got it close enough to where we can like prep it for paint. Alrighty, next step. I've gone to the junkyard yesterday and I picked up a new hood. This one isn't bent. How is this gonna react when I take this? Okay, it stays in place, lovely. Lovely! I will just... Alright, that's simple. Okay. Do it open. It do. And you're supposed to be able to take this off. I would love to see you try. I'm gonna break them. I'm done. I'm not playing around. All right, fine. Awesome job, boys. Really magnificent. These broke as well. I don't know, I think I'm usually quite gentle when it comes to these things, but apparently not enough for Toyota. This you have to really fucking... Fine. It's fine. It's not fine. I'm angry. Oh look, there's still some painter's tape. Oh. It's in a pretty bad shape and it's also been repaired already. So this is gonna be interesting. First, we need to do surgery on here. We gotta pull these clamps out first. Two of them are already, oh, that was easy. That's all three. I have a sneaking suspicion that, like Transformers, there is more than meets the eye. Yeah, there's filler here. It's gonna need to be sanded off before I can finish this. Yeah, it goes way deeper. I think this turned out pretty well. I'll just need a little bit of filler. And next up, we got this one and this one. Just needs to be sanded down and then filled up with body filler, and this should be good. Now we just have to sand this lower part and then fill these gaps with body filler and like... Gonna put some of our own filler over this, though it has been filled in a number of times, as you can see. What's one more layer, huh? Ah, Jimbo! If you can hear the booms, it's fireworks and Jimbo is afraid of them. Are you afraid of the fireworks? This sanding mission was successful for the most part. The parts are pretty much ready for spray filler. There are a couple spots that might need just a little bit more body filler, but overall it's pretty good. I'm actually pretty impressed with myself how this turned out. This one was just scuffed up. No corrections needed on this one. This is basically ready. It had a little bit of rust, and I sanded it off. It's nice and shiny now. And I'm just gonna apply a little bit of epoxy primer. It's 1K, but you know, should still be okay. The bumpers are, I think, ready. I have done a little bit more work. This tab was broken, so I welded some new plastic on it and put some filler. It's not super perfect, but it's gonna be fine. These are sanded and scuffed up, so and pretty much ready for filler primer. The only thing left now is the hood. The last piece of the puzzle, as I like to say. I checked it with the paint meter in the junkyard, and supposedly it has never been painted before. There are some minor scratches, but I think this is still within the paint, so when I sand the paint off, it should smooth out. I don't think this hood will need any Bondo work. The outside is gonna get also spray filler, but the inside, I think we'll just scuff it up, and that'll be enough. We'll remove the stickers and these, and that'll be it. We got the extractinator, and this is 80 grit. We'll do one pass with 80 and then one pass with 120, and that should be good. This is a little bit of a problem, but you can't do really anything about it. When you have an old hood, rock chips will like destroy the paint a little bit, and there'll be these little spots of rust, and that will need to be like sanded completely, like till it's super flat, because if we don't, then there's gonna be little pinholes in the paint afterwards. All right, time to shift gears. We went from 80 to 120, precisely the center. Actually, very smooth way to get this off. I'm very proud of Toyota. Sometimes in life, you have one thing, but you need two. This is one of those rare occasions where you can just we'll blow them.
We'll blow them real good. We'll get on our knees and we'll blow them. I know. Don't let anyone say that I don't give a good blowjob. We are ESL, we don't know what that means.
Doing the job.
Yeah, of course. How else would you call this? First we need to put the tarp on the ground. We can pinch it with the door, I think. Step 1, the tarp is done. Step 2, we set up the pontino. Oh. One fan here is gonna be the exhaust, and one we're gonna hang from. One fan here. And we're gonna put one that's gonna hang from these. You know what? Color me surprised, but I think this might actually work.
Come on, do something.
The fan doesn't work, but we figured out that if you do this, it works normally. How do we go about this? We need to cut a hole for him. I think this is gonna be just fine. This is gonna be the first batch. Time to cook. This dries in 3 hours, so no, we're gonna do one batch today. It is what it is.
The forbidden pudding.
Cement taste. Oh, I need glasses. She's beginning to believe. I'm almost in the Matrix. Plug me in, Morpheus. Okay. I'm gonna start here just to see what happens. Yeah, it's sputtering. I don't know why. We're out. Empty. This bitch empty. There's no leaks.
But how was the end result? Well, not great. The sputtering of the gun didn't help, so the texture is pretty rough. I don't know exactly what was wrong, maybe I damaged the needle while cleaning it once, or there might be a leak somewhere. Either way, it was a €30 paint gun, so I'm not complaining. The uniform color did reveal quite a bit of imperfections in the bond though. Some sections needed to be smoothed out more, there were still some pinholes that needed to be filled in, and some edges that required some additional shaping. But when that was all taken care of, I applied some vanilla flavored spray filler to check my progress, and it looked a lot better, so I could move on to the next step.
This looks a lot better now, and this looks smooth now, there's no more dents. This edge is nice now. The body line is not perfect, but it's better than it was. That's a lot better than it was. I wanted to adjust the doors a little bit because there is still some gap. Mostly like here on top is where a big gap is, and I've already tried to like pull here, pull it out here so the gap would close, but I've reached the limits of what you can do. As a last ditch effort, we're gonna try and put these in, and we'll try to close that a little bit. If it works, it works. If not, then at the paint shop, they're gonna have to work some magic there. I didn't want to do them at first because there's a little bit of this sealant here, and I was like, if it's original sealant, I don't wanna. The original sealant is usually best. The divorce has been officially concluded, and we push. These are also 12s. The age I became a man. Okay, you can adjust these a little bit. The bolts here have these like conical shapes, and that like centers it. You can't, if it's like that, you can't adjust it. But here, these are a little bit different. They are skinnier, which means that there is a little bit of adjustability here. And will this just pop off? Yeah, it will. There, yeah.
is actually going way better than I expected it to go. Woo! Strongman Jones. Wait, hold on.
It's a super light car.
No, I think you ate spinach for breakfast. That's what this is. Is this better? Oh, oh, not bad. I think it's better than it was before. Am I smoking that good shit, or is that?
No, it's definitely better.
It's hard to say. Maybe there was a bit of an improvement, but it's super minimal because it's still sticking out. We gotta take the door apart because they're gonna need to paint this white. Have to give it a firm but gentle pull. Be strong enough to be gentle. You know whose quote that is, by the way?
No.
The guy who voices Optimus Prime. Surprisingly, it's not sticking to my hands as much as it is to the gloves. This is nice. We have the bolts to take the glass out. And for the second one, they put a little hole in the door exactly for this. Easiest thing in my life. Luckily, the Toyota people were nice to not be jerks when designing this. You see, there are like two lines on it. That tells you how much should it be tightened, because there's a little table, and judging by how many of the little lines are on it, it tells you how much you should tighten it. Am I doing? Oh, if I do this now. Oh my God, this is okay. You put a bolt here, and then what you do is you put it inside, and you find it, and you. Why can't all cars be like this? Ah, wonderful. Splendid even.
It will be easy peasy.
It will be easy peasy. It will not break at all. It's glued, yeah. Well, we might have broken one clip, but we're gonna check if there's a Chinese copy. I broke it. Why did I break it? Why do I break everything I touch? I think like we are going from this is the best car ever to this is I'm gonna lose my fucking marbles. It's just old, I guess, but now it's always gonna be like this. I don't want it to be like this. I want it to be good. I want it to be perfect, like it was before I touched it. Why do I have to be the catalyst for destruction, everything I touch? Am I cursed? Or am I just stupid? Ooh, just like that. And then this, yeah. We move it.
Tempting though.
Here. Oh, sneaky fucker, look at this.
Toyota prank.
Almost didn't see it. Why does it have to be glue and fucking clips? Can't you just pick one or the other? And can it be clips? This has been scuffed up nicely. This is gonna be perfect for paint adhesion. And I don't know, maybe they'll cover this or they'll just paint through this. I don't know. I think we did a good job preparing this. I mean, they still have to do this outside, but we helped.
And the reason we didn't scuff up the outside was because there is still a dent that they're gonna need to pull out, and there might also be some other imperfections. And my thinking was that they're gonna be a lot easier to spot if the paint is still shiny.
Superb. Can we do just this? Is this gonna work? I don't know where you put them. Update time. So I sprayed the whole hood with the canned spray filler. Unfortunately, it's a lot harder to apply it evenly, and also it's not as thick of a layer as I had hoped, because in some places, unfortunately, I sanded through it. These sections where it's like exposed metal, I'm gonna hit them with a nice little epoxy 1K primer, and I'm gonna spray them with the spray filler with a paint gun again. On this episode of the Condom Man Adventures, we are gonna be testing this Chinesium spray gun to see if it is worth the little money that I paid for it. Also, I got the fan working. It works if you turn it upside down now. We just have a fender here and the hood. Everything is pretty much ready, I just have to mix up the paint. Now I mix the soup. Okay, moment of truth. I'm going in. I'm actually pretty positively surprised. The AliExpress special actually worked pretty well. There wasn't any issues with it. There is a little bit of a texture, but I don't know, that's probably settings or like the paint is too thick. I haven't really nailed this yet, so this is not gonna be a problem because it's gonna get sanded either way, so that's fine. The intake fan, actually, there's a good amount of less overspray everywhere in here, so that's what we're gonna be doing from now on. We're getting better little by little. Good, very nice. Well, it doesn't feel rough with the rag. Let's see. We apply the schmutz. This is a 4 hundo. This one is 6 hundo. Same thing again. It's warm outside. The winter is pretty much gone, and it's about time we finish this. Well, I do believe it's time for the schmutz. The schmutz men give it, and the schmutz men take it away. Okay, that should be it. Well, we're about to finish this one way or another. I was messing about last couple of weeks. The fender has been sprayed with filler primer and sanded to 600 grit. It's nice and smooth. So this one is basically ready to be painted. The same goes for the hood. I'm pretty happy with the end result. Again, this was sanded to 600 grit. It's different from how it was when it was sprayed. And this is as well ready to be painted. Both bumpers also have been finalized. Now, the plan is to put everything on the car, see how it fits. Then we can just send off the car to the paint shop where they're gonna put the top coats on or clear coats. I don't know what the procedure is gonna be. They're gonna do the door and they're gonna fix the fender.
So,
Yeah, wonderful. Splendid even. That looks good, yes. Next component. Now bumper time. Put it up here. Oh, this one is broken. It's even
broken already.
the good old Toyota clips. Well, some gaps are a little bit atrocious, but it's beginning to take shape. It also needs headlights now, and I actually believe that the left one is savable, but the right one is it's broken here, it's broken here, and I think this is also broken. So basically I think we're gonna need a new one for this. Luckily, we don't have to worry about that because Trollo is sponsoring this video. If you don't already know, Trollo is an online auto parts retailer with a massive selection of parts, but not only that, they also have roof racks, bike carriers, and all sorts of other accessories and tools to fulfill all your automotive needs. Here she is, the beauty. Come to Papa. Okay, you should still put the bulbs and stuff in here. Oh no, this one already comes with the wiring. Oh shit, okay. So technically you just need to put the bulbs in. After we're assembling for real, then that's when we're gonna put the bulbs in, but yeah. The question is now, will we have to take the bumper off? Yes. Wonderful, splendid even. Wonderful. The XP90 Yaris is a very popular car all over the world, so obviously Trollo's got everything you'll ever need, but I actually went looking and I also found that they have tons of stuff for the old EP70 Starlet that I also own. And yes, I still have that car. No, it's not yet finished, and I don't know when the video about it is coming out. It's interesting because like the light on the Yaris, like it connects the fender and like the front core support. So this is like almost like an integral part of the car. Oh, that's free spinning. Well, I'll let them be. I mean, this still needs to be bolted up, but that looks good. So with the Yaris, the headlights from I think 2010 onwards, they're a little bit different. That's when the facelift was. I think the shape is actually the same, but the interior is a little bit different. So you have to watch out for that. What I absolutely love about Trotto is that at checkout, they offer to verify your order against your car's VIN for free so that you don't accidentally prank yourself, which is something that actually saved me a couple times in the past. Temporary. Let's see now how this looks. Yeah, this is it's a bit wonky because it's missing a lot of bolts, but I mean, there's a vision here. That's the front. We also have some business in the back. Unfortunately, this one also sustained some damage and we need a new one. Technically, I don't know if we need to put a new one now in, but you know, might as well if we're doing it. Ah, here we go. Show me the money. It's the right one. Ha. Ah, yes. Wrong way. Lefty loosey. It has been like that for generations. Hey, here we go. Oh dear. Oh, what have I done? Oh, bother. So, if you'd like to get your car something nice and make use of their fast and affordable shipping, go to the link in the description and use the code WONDER26 for a 10% discount at checkout. And thank you very much, Trotto, for sponsoring the video. There is a little thing that we need to take care of that would be smart to do at the beginning. It's this rust. Because this, depending on how bad it is, because it might not be that bad, maybe we just need to sand it off and then and that'll be it, maybe some filler at worst. Or it could just be a hole and it's gonna need to be welded. Because if that happens, then oh boy, I'm not gonna have a pretty good day, week, month. But okay, let's be optimistic. It's probably gonna be fine. There's already some brown. Oops. Whoa! Whoa! It's not even rusty. It's just like it didn't like stick. There's also weird shit under this, like where they gooped it up with some rubbery coating, and it's also like peeling off. Well, might as well just go full on Destructo mode. You can see here there's like underpaint rust. Fantastic.
Good news, there's not a hole.
Yeah, there's not a hole. That's the good news. The deeper you go, the more you'll find. Holy fuck. Almost thought that we wouldn't notice. Unfucking believable. Show me what you've got. This is obviously a bit more of a project than I at first thought it was gonna be. But okay, it's not super horrifying. I'm not very thrilled about this because I am not very good at welding new panels in, but I guess it can be a practice or like some experience gathering. Around here, and I guess probably around here, under this spot weld. I can already tell you this is gonna be a bigger problem than anticipated. Ooh, that worked like a charm. This is not
Very nice. We need to cut more. There we go. Oh God. Oh, fuck. It's gonna be a long weekend. Look at how much dirt there is in here. After some sanding and grinding, this is what I decided to do. This is gonna get cut off just before this edge so we can keep the bend, so we don't have to do that. And we'll make this part. Before I cut this off, I'm gonna try and making this part so I can make another stencil if need be, because I don't wanna lock myself out of this option. Kind of, sort of is gonna work, hopefully. Well, I don't know if I did this right, but I did something. Now I'm trying to make it out of metal. Personally, I hate it, but it's unfortunately by far the best I'll ever be able to do. It almost looks good. I don't know how people do it, that it just fits right away, but I ain't one of those people. Here is the final product. There are some openings on this side. Unfortunately, I'm not skilled enough to make them better, so we're just gonna have to fill these in. But at least it kind of fits. The battery is disconnected. I did not forget about that. So we won't be frying any ECUs today. Wish me luck. Yeah, that's good, but that's not.
Yeah, I was not having a good time. I have much to learn about welding sheet metal, however, if you'll ever need me to make a caterpillar, I can make them real nice. The welder I was using also didn't help. It's one of those automatic ones, and it loves to switch between caterpillar generator and a plasma cutter. But luckily for me, I am a proud owner and an avid user of an angle grinder, because you know what they say, grinder and paint make me the welder I ain't. When I was starting to put patches of the fender back on, I unfortunately committed what we in the business like to call a fucky-wucky.
Hi. It's a very unfortunate situation in which the camera ran out of battery.
There's a little bit of environmental storytelling here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like this foam insulation. I was sure that it's far away and it's not gonna be a problem because I'm only gonna be welding here. Honestly, I was like, yeah, surely it's not gonna be a problem because it's so far away, but I just dropped my helmet and I just ran straight up for the fire extinguisher. I'm a little shaken up and I am a little angry at myself for being careless. But I guess this is a lesson that I'm gonna have to remember. I have been thinking, because of the welder I have access to and my absolute lack of skills, it'll be no problem for me to warp this whole panel, judging by the way that I weld. Which is why I decided the body shop is gonna take care of this and weld on the outer fender. To make their job as easy as possible, I'll just buy the whole stamped sheet metal and they'll just cut the piece that they'll need and they'll weld it on. Because if I do it, it's gonna be warped and they're gonna need to put a lot of Bondo and it's not gonna turn out that well in the end. So I think it's much easier if they just handle it from here. I think I did a good job on this. It's not super perfect, but it's kind of similar to how it was. And also it's not that important because this is not going to be visible. So one thing that I need to take care of is take off this interior trim and take all the insulation out so that there is no more fiddles. Like always, it is important that I give a firm yet gentle tug. It was maybe not the best thing to breathe this in. Yeah, it wasn't that bad to take it out. I thought it was gonna be harder. I'm gonna give it a quick wash because it's
Very much dusty from like sanding and fire extinguisher.
Engine, start. Ah, it has a clutch switch.
3 cylinders of fury.
Ah, okay, it's wet now. If there's something I can do is make things wet.
Afterwards, I also fixed the left headlight by supergluing in the missing piece and welding back the broken mount. I also sanded off the oxidized layer so they can spray it with a fresh layer of clear, and after that was done, she was finally ready to be dropped off.
There she goes. The old girl is back from the paint shop and she is looking absolutely magnificent, if I do say so myself. There are almost like no imperfections in the paint. They also fixed this.
Like you can't even tell that there has been any work done here.
It's so nice that this is now just actually finished and I don't even have to like bother with sanding and buffing. It's just finished. And here in the A-pillar there was a dent. They also fixed that, and I don't know, here somewhere is the transition, but like on camera you're not gonna be able to see. I'm super happy with how it turned out.
I never thought it would turn out this good.
So now we got a bunch of parts that we gotta put on a car and try to remember where everything goes. Could I interest you into some collaboration, perchance? These are not OEM, but they might just work. It's a Chinese replica, but it works apparently. Lovely. Surely this will just pop on. Oh, I forgot. Okay. Whew. Almost a tragedy. Next up, the door. I guess if there was originally glue, we have to put glue back. Done. Something like this, right? Ah. Aha. That looks good.
Yes, thank you, sir. Wonderful.
I couldn't scavenge this one from the other door because it was knocked off. And so for now, we're gonna have to have a silver meter until I find or order a black cover to make it fit with the poverty spec of this car. It's gonna be a bit tricky to rock a rhyme that's right on time. Okay. Now for the most satisfying thing of them all. I think this way.
Oh, now we're cooking.
Yes, the goop. The goop populates everything. One final thing. God, I love this brand. Done. If this just...
Always two they are. Okay, Mr. Bumper, I believe it's time. 1, 2, 3. I hope you will play nice. That's very nice of you, thank you. Unfortunately, there's a little bit of a crack here because I didn't do a good enough job of welding it, but it is what it is. We're not gonna redo this now. I just hope that this doesn't fuck it up. Oh, wow, awesome. I actually quite nailed this edge. There we go. Let's put the fender back on once and for all. Some lovely anti-seize, so we won't have any more righty-loosies. And now for the second one, indeed, quite. Let's proceed with the scuttle panel. Now, ladies and gentlemen, can anybody tell me, for me being an ESL and all that, what the hell is this called a scuttle panel? What is it scuttling to exactly? I'd be damn grateful if anybody were to clear this up for me. You see here, there should be a little bit of an extension. That is because that extension is in here, in this little hose, because it broke off during the impact. And I have this universal joint, and maybe we put this guy here, and maybe that just works, perchance. I don't know, feels good, feels natural. Okay, we also have no plastics. To make it even better, we'll put in a brand new screw. A pivotal moment. We will be installing the headlight. Oop, that one just spooned. So there's only gonna be one headlight in, because this one is still at the paint shop where it's getting like clear coat sprayed on. They forgot a little bit about that, so I will put it on later. A large bumper indeed. Okay. Let's put you back where you belong. Oh dear. Will this stick? Yeah. Looks like it's sticking. Now we can remove these temporary wheels, for I have acquired an alternative. I have also acquired a full set of wheels because I couldn't just get one. Ta-da! And they come with hubcaps. Though these sound rather non-original, but they are at least original looking hubcaps. Well, when you get it right, it just pops into place. I'm gonna need a lot more clips. A lot have fallen in the great disassembly of 2025. Alrighty, here we go. Well, here we are. It does look quite lovely in the sun, and I am pretty happy with how it turned out. Of course, it is far from perfect. I have learned that chasing perfection is a mistake that I never want to repeat again, but it is absolutely good enough.
the lovely exhaust shake of a 3-cylinder.
Okay, retrospection time. As you can see, it is once again summer. So a whole year has passed ever since I started working on this car. It was mainly just a battle of me trying to find time on weekends and holidays to work on it. The progress was not very fast. I am not the best when it comes to working on cars, but we got here in the end. Well, I say that, but there are still some things that need to be taken care of. First, I want to give this car a detailed cleaning on the inside and out. I want to buy some fresh microfibers because this is the best paint I've ever had on any car ever, and I want to keep it as good as possible for as long as possible. There is that right mirror that is still silver that I either need to paint or replace the cover for. And there is a little bit of hail damage on the roof that I will probably get someone to fix. And I have to replace the missing clips on the fender liners and some other trim pieces, which has proven quite tedious because there is a lot of different Toyota clips, and I have already ordered some, but they just weren't the right ones. I will probably take care of all those things on my own time, but if you're interested, you can let me know down in the comments and I can maybe make a little short video about that. You're also probably wondering, what are we gonna do with this car? What's the plan? Well, when I bought it originally, the intent was to just fix it and flip it, sell it for profit and fund other projects, because Yarises here are for some reason worth quite a bit more than the cars of the same age and class. But now, having worked on it, it has grown on me quite a bit, and I'm thinking I'll probably just use it for the next couple of months, and if something else pops up that I would like, I will probably sell it then. Yeah, but it's probably gonna be my main daily for the near future. And another thing, you're probably wondering what's my opinion on working on a modern Toyota? How do I like it? I absolutely love it. It would be the best car I have ever worked on because it's very simple and it's straightforward and it's very intuitive. However, there's one huge downside that makes it not the perfect car, and that is the clips. There are so many different clips on this car, and a lot of them are made in a way where you have to spend 5 to 15 minutes to get them out, or you can just destroy them and put a new one in. I don't know. Please let me know if it's just me, because this has been the most number of clips I've ever broken on any car ever. So I would appreciate some feedback. But that is going to be everything for this video. I sure as hell enjoyed saving this car from the junkyard, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video as well. Thank you very much for watching, and special thanks go to my Patreon and YouTube supporters. You guys are amazing and I'm super grateful for your support. So yeah, that's going to be it. Thanks again, and like always, I wish you a great rest of your day.